Hello, my name is Paula Mason Reeves, and I am doing a research paper on underprepared teachers of students with ADHD disorders. Introduction. Obviously, it's about attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Refers to mental diagnosis that usually occurs in children. Reports show that children and adolescents in the 2016 report approximately 6.1 million children between the ages of 2 to 17 have at some point in their lives been diagnosed with ADHD. The U.S. percentage of children between 2 to 17 years old on medication would be 5.2%. This indicates that 62% of children having ADHD were under ADHD medication. The classroom poses problems for students with ADHD. Rather than listening to their teachers, they may daydream, fail to pay attention, fidget around, doodle, disrupt the class, basically. We'll go over a little bit of these. Efficacy is important to teachers. This promotes success in the classroom for the students and the teachers. It engages them to be able to create and complete their tasks at hand. Research shows that teachers who are good planners, open-minded, more resilient towards failure, and supportive towards their students usually have a strong sense of self-efficacy. I'm using the social cognitive theory of self-efficacy. We're using Bandura, most of it from Bandura. Further explains that humans tend to self-regulate to achieve certain set of goals or actually forecast how they will perform in future when engaging in a similar activity. Therefore, teachers dealing with ADHD students should realign their teaching models to ensure that the aspect of inclusion is achieved. We have here high self-efficacy and low self-efficacy. We'll go over a few of these. High efficacy teachers usually confront challenges that are educated based and have the willingness to test and experiment with new teaching strategies instead of sticking with old strategies that they are well familiar with. Another one, when students with ADHD get that they are being ignored by the teacher, they will feel further alienated and not needed in class. High efficacy teachers' common behaviors. We'll go over a few. Teachers who are highly efficacious are known to set high goals and have high intensity exerting efforts. According to Althusser, teachers are driven by the mentality of doing whatever it takes to ensure that students succeed. And another one, this is because they see modeled a positive outlook and they believe their teachers do truly care about them. Low efficacious teachers' common behaviors. We'll go over a few. Low efficacy teachers usually attribute failures in excess to external factors that are beyond their control. These challenges include the student's behaviors, a difficult parent, conflicts with colleagues, and issues of implementing new strategies. Students' achievements. We'll go over a few. Teachers' efficacy is related to a student's achievement on standardized tests, which is true. A lot of teaching has changed. Common Core is the new thing. It's hard for some kids to stay, shall I say, above water. Most kids fall behind. We see this a lot with the ADHD students. Either they're put in a certain position in the classroom where they don't disrupt the classroom. Some teachers don't pay attention to them, so they do fall behind. on testing on classroom work above. There's more that they fall behind at to achieve what they need to achieve. Importance of teachers training. The research by Magui and Mashoria supports that teachers make some difference in attaining achievements among students. Teachers must possess content and classroom management knowledge for them to be able to take part in interactive classroom, and these practices can be reinforced with training. If teachers have the proper training to teach children with ADHD in their classrooms, it will better help the students and the teachers' knowledge of what to do with students with ADHD and how to further prepare themselves with ADHD students in their classrooms. No one child is alike, obviously, but it is harder to teach children with ADHD because they're not paying attention, or they're fidgeting, or they're just not focused. So the teacher has to stop, refocus the child, and the whole classroom for that matter, depending on what age they are, and then go about teaching. I believe if the teachers have the right training, they will be able to do so without interrupting the lesson and interrupting the rest of the class, where they can help that one student or many students focus on what is at hand instead of what they're not supposed to be doing. Confidence for teachers. We'll go over a few. A partnership between students and administrators to achieve a mutual object will ensure that shared beliefs between the two work towards bringing change to students. Teachers' confidence can also be realized when teachers are constantly acknowledging and praised for the good work they are doing. Inclusion in the classroom environment. The aspect of placing a child with ADHD disorder in a mainstream classroom calls for better understanding of inclusion to know about its effects and benefits. Inclusion is a method of practice that is mandatory according to federal law, IDEA. Classroom inclusion, therefore, should be ensured that aspects like social, behavioral, and emotional development of children, especially with ADHD. Another one, classes that are inclusive and are of great benefit are those that teachers and service providers are both consultative and collaborative. I went through at least 15 colleges, and we didn't see maybe, well, we've seen all their curriculum, and we didn't find one curriculum that narrows down to an ADHD curriculum or class specifically for an ADHD student when they're taking their college classes for teaching. The curriculum is only meant to assist in planning of instruction, such as recommended topics. The developed framework provides a sense of direction, materials, and structure required in teaching science, math, and social studies. So it's not narrowed down to how to teach a child with ADHD or any other behavioral problems. Excuse me. The research looks into how teachers can be enabled through training for them to correctly use the aspect of inclusion in the classroom learning. The research also aims at pointing out areas that teachers should not include, since some have made mistakes when practicing class inclusion. The research link how training raises teachers' efficacy, which will in turn empower the teachers to be positive in handling the students with ADHD disorder. A methodology that we're using, participants were doing 3 teachers, 1 teacher's aide, and 2 parents. It ranges from their 2-year degree all the way up to master's degree. And their experience is from, I think it's 6 months till 35 years of experience combined. My procedure that I'm doing is 15-minute interviews with the teachers, the parents, and the teacher's aide. I have 5 survey questions for each group of, well, the teachers and teacher's aide is one, and then the parents is another. That is all. I hope you guys enjoyed this little review of what I'm actually going to be doing. Thank you.